I was trying to think here, what has been the major thing for Mark Hughes, okay? And, my guy said, put something on him, man. Put something seriously out there. And I tried to think to myself, what has been the very biggest thing in the world, okay, that's really made Mark Hughes move, okay? And I would say that the number one thing that has made Mark Hughes what he is, who he is, and what he continues to be, and what he's going to continue being, okay, is my complete passion for helping people. Seriously. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. Now, a lot of you have heard about the overdose of my mom, okay, and that was certainly a serious driving force for me wanting to help people lose weight, okay, but a lot of it also has to do with my upbringing, okay. My mom was in a serious situation when I grew up. I had a stepfather that was, not going to get into too many details about it or I'd be lying on the couch over here, okay, but was a very mean person, okay, very mean to me, very mean to my mom. She was treated in a very horrible way as we were growing up. And from a very early on age, by the time I was about 9, I was taking care of my mom constantly, okay, getting her out of trouble, protecting him from the bad person that was in the house. And I was made to stay home at school many times to make sure that the house was clean and the cooking was done and everything was straightened out, and protecting her from him to make sure that she wasn't going to get hurt and stuff like that. And so I think a lot of my instincts, just from the time I was a small kid, has been to want to help people, okay? And a lot of it came, from the time I was 9 to then her having a drug overdose. And it just drives me, okay, to want to have the passion for people to lose weight, having my passion of wanting people to be able to be financially free. And that goes deep inside of me, okay, very deep inside of me. And it started when I was a small kid, and it's what drives me today. And it's the number one thing that keeps me going. And I think a lot of people feel that passion. So many times people say to me, man, I met the guy for 2 minutes, up on the stage. I feel like I've known him for the last 14 years. And I got a lot of that from my grandfather. My grandfather was that kind of guy. And he was a wonderful man, the greatest man that ever walked on the face of the earth. And he was the kind of guy that would put his arms around you the minute he met you. And he was unbelievable. And I get that from him, and I think a lot of people feel that from me when they meet Mark Hughes. But if you can pick up any of that passion, okay, you'll move mountains. Be unbelievable things that you can do. I mean, where I've come from and the area that I grew up in and what's happened in my life has been amazing. And what's going to happen in the future for me and what's going to be the future for you guys is going to be absolutely, truly incredible is what's going to happen for all of us, okay? And if you pick up the passion like me, it's going to just be overwhelming. The passion for the products, but it's not just what the products, it's what the products do for people, okay? And it's the marketing plan of the century, but it's not the marketing plan. It's what the marketing plan do for people, okay? And if you can have the passion for the products and the people, okay, and you can have the passion for the people, I'm telling you something, it'll be unbelievable. If you care about your people, okay, anywhere near the way I care about all you guys, okay, it would be unbelievable. Sometimes, it really bothers me when sometimes people say, that they're looking at the marketing plan and they're getting upset because some of their people are moving up and they're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to get cut off because one of my guys is getting up here to the top. That's bad thinking. That's bad thinking. There's some kind of myth that goes on about multi-level, which is stupid, okay? Somebody gets you the pitch, okay, that here you sign up one person, you retire forever. Hey, that's not the way it worked for me. Okay, well, I've learned you work every single day, you get paid more. You work forever, you keep making more money. You keep having the passion, you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, you keep working, you keep getting rich. Keep working harder, you keep getting richer. That's what it's supposed to be. Work. concept. And you guys got to remember something, okay? You may have helped a guy get up to a certain stage, but you didn't take this guy from millionaire to president's team. Let's get serious, okay? The person took himself from millionaire team to president's team. They worked like crazy. And guess what was happening during that time? You were getting rich for free. And you got to remember that, okay? Your person's moving the ladder up, and what's happening is you got a lot of free money coming into your bank account. You need to thank goodness, okay, for what's happening to your bank account as a result of your people moving up, and then you'll get back in the 1% bonus. It's stinking thinking to be thinking about your people getting up to the top. You want your people to get up to the top. Man, I was so happy when I put that pin into Marcus's chest yesterday, and Hughes-san, okay? I want to put all the pins in your guys' chest. Did you see those 40 President's team members up here today? Putting those pins in their chest? Let me put all the pins in your guys' chest. Huh. It's so good to have a really expensive jacket on, too. A really expensive one from Battaglia. You know, $4,000 suit. Punch a hole in it. Yeah, looks good. Looks even better in a tuxedo where you got the satin where it makes a permanent indent. Boom. So I would say that was my number one thing, is my passion for what's happening. And my passion is just getting so big. I'm telling you, what's going to happen to us in the future is just going to be absolutely overwhelming. Here's number two, attitude. Attitude's great when everything's going great. Of course, it's easy to have a good attitude then. When you got to have a good attitude is when things are not going good. When things are going bad. I can remember back in the beginning, I talk about Don Grano all the time. Don Grano was my best guy, okay? And, first month, 6,000, second month, 12,000, third month, 18,000. I was counting on this guy to make things happen. Boom, he's out of the business. Okay, and along with it, what happened? All the people went with him. Okay, and what happened to my meetings? Went from 60 down to 20. Okay, how did you think I felt back at that time when we didn't have any literature, we didn't have any journals, we didn't have nothing going on? Okay, we had just a couple of bottles. Okay, and my only guy that I was counting on to really make things happen left. How do you think Mark Hughes really felt? Terrible. Put in your notes. I felt bad. Now, I've signed the guy up 3 times. And I felt bad all 3 times. I'm telling you, I'm going to get him a 4th time one of these days. He's going to be one of these days. I don't know how many times it's going to take us, but we're going to get him sometime. The last couple of years with myself and my wife, been a very bad situation for me, okay? And nobody knew it. Any of you guys know it? No. Because I'll tell you something. When you got to keep your attitude up, okay? And when you're king, the king can't let the attitude out, okay? The king can't ever let his feelings show that things are going bad or going rough, or having a bad day, or having a bad marriage, or having a bad time, or what's going on. The king can't show that stuff. And you know what? You guys are the kings and queens of your areas. And you can't let it show either. Because people are counting on the way you feel every single morning about what you're doing, about the products and the marketing plan, and what kind of bad press is going on, or what kind of rumors are happening, or whatever's going on. They're counting on your attitude. And you guys better have the answers and the solution. And I'm not saying that you may not have a problem that you got to face. You got a bad article that comes out. You say, hey, listen, yeah, here's a bad article, but let me tell you what we're going to do about it. We're going to work twice as hard, and we're going to put on 2 mini buttons. We're going to take twice as many tablets. We're going to get out here, and we're going to work like crazy. I've taken good care of my employees. I've taken good care of my distributors, and I've taken good care of all 3 of my wives. I gotta have a lot of passion for this business the way I'm going. Now, unbelievable is right. Now, just real quickly, here it's number 3, because I got to cover a couple basic things with you, or I wouldn't be, we'd be leaving things out. Here's the first thing here, and John Peterson covered this, and that's 10 people a month. I did 20 a month when I got started. I led the pack. But 10 people every single month, first line. And here's the best thing that you need to get going. If you guys will concentrate, okay, if this is you, okay, if you'll concentrate on getting your first level and your second level and your third level, and then you go down deep to your 4th, 5th, and 6th, and get these guys all making 2,500 in volume points, okay? So everybody got this? Okay? Here's what happens, okay? If this guy does 2,500, 5% of that, write it down in your notes, is 125 bucks. Your second guy, if there's doing 2,500, that's another 125 bucks. Now, this is very important what I'm teaching you. You do this, you're going to get seriously rich. This is the basics. Your third guy over here, if he's doing 2,500, that's another 125 bucks. That means you up here, you're getting $375. And if you've concentrated on your 4th, your 5th, and your 6th, and you got these guys doing their 2,500, here's what's going to happen. Your first guy's going to get 375. Your second level's going to get 375. Your third level's going to get 375. So you're guaranteed that this is working. The worst thing that can happen now is they all drop out and these 3 guys come up and you're still making the same $375 you were before. Now that will make you rich.